Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a quick definition of grifting. So, in a sense, grifting is someone who swindles people out of money for fraud. Now, we have probably seen all instances of grifting, and I feel like on TikTok especially, this has become a really big problem. But we're not going to talk about grifting in general today because we're only talking about one person and one person only. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Maddie Russo.
Ms. Russo, um, ma'am, in sentencing you, it is my duty under the law to look at the seriousness of the crime, the effect that the crime has upon members of the community, your willingness to accept change in treatment, and what's available to me in the community to assist you in that process. The law directs that I do look at the least restrictive alternatives first, and then proceed to the more restrictive alternatives.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Yes, I returned to your phone, your computer, your TV, your tablet, your laptop. I don't know what you're watching me on right now, but welcome back. It's me, it's Malcolm, and today, ladies and gentlemen, I have heard about this story for a few months now. Last time I checked on it, she was arrested, but I wanted to make this video today because a few weeks ago there was a sentencing and somehow I missed this. But yes, today we're going to be talking about Maddie Russo, the GoFundMe scam, the lying about cancer. We're going to talk about all of that, right? And then we're going to talk about a little bit about the grifting on TikTok because I feel like it is a problem that I feel like some people aren't comfortable calling out, but I feel like after seeing a situation like this, we need to just make it known that it is a thing that happens on the internet. So, how did it all start for people that don't know who this Maddie Russo person is, right? Well, Maddie Russo was an now ex-TikToker. In February of 2022, she told the whole internet world that she had stage 2 pancreatic cancer and leukemia, and then said the doctors gave her an 11% chance of survival. Then she added on that she had a tumor on her spine. And I know what you're thinking. This sucks, right? If you did not know that this person was lying, you will be like, oh my God, this is so terrible. Like, I wish I could help this girl, all this good stuff, right? Well, in fact, Maddie actually started a GoFundMe for pretty much all the medical treatment and for her fighting cancer and all that good stuff, right? And the GoFundMe, before everything was blown up in her face, the GoFundMe totaled up to about $37,000 when all was said and done. And if you are wondering if it gets worse, my friends, it sure as hell does. So let me talk about it. So Maddie didn't only lie about having cancer, if that wasn't as bad. She actually went to schools and did speeches about having cancer, and she kept posting all these updates about her fight with cancer that did not exist. So you're probably wondering, okay, well, how did she get caught? What led to Miss Maddie Russo finally getting caught and being held accountable for her actions? Well, a lot of medical experts on TikTok especially were kind of looking at her videos and listening to what she was saying, and she almost got all of her medical knowledge completely wrong. And not even that, she posted, and this is so ridiculous to me, right? And I'm gonna show you the photo in a second. She posted a photo of herself and this whole liquid IV bag setup. And as someone that's been to the hospital a lot, even I could tell with little to no medical knowledge for someone that's been in the hospital a lot as a kid, I could tell that this photo was fake. So the tape was in the wrong place, and all like everything was not matching up to what a proper medical treatment looked like, right? So things weren't matching up, and like where she was poked, where the needle was, it didn't even match up to like the proper procedures that our actual medical person would do, right? It seemed like she just found like a wiki photo of like what an IV setup looks like, and she probably copied that, because I don't know what she was thinking to really trick the masses, you know? And I just kind of want to talk about how bold this is, you know, to lie about having a serious medical condition, then starting a GoFundMe to garner money and sympathy from the public, from people you don't know. And what really makes this even sadder is that there were people that actually had cancer that believed her story, donated to her cause, only to then find out that she was lying about this. And thankfully, GoFundMe kind of reimbursed everybody. So, you know, everybody did get their money back from what I could read in articles. It's just something just so gross to me that out of all the things you could like fake to get money, you picked probably one of the most touchiest and most like scary subjects on the internet, which is cancer. Cause you know, I feel like a lot of like people my age are starting to get cancer, and that stuff, because I'm almost 30, right? I'll be 30 in December. So it is about around that time where like, you know, people that I know get cancer, you know, of course, family members that are a little bit older getting cancer. So this kind of story from face value, of course you want to help. Of course you want to donate. Of course you want to be that person that said, I was there when she needed me. And that's just kind of like human nature, right? So this Maddie Russo person basically preyed on that. And I think that is beyond effed up. I think that is so wrong. And I think that alone deserves punishment. But there is really no law, from what I understand, for just lying to the public alone about a medical diagnosis. The only reason why she got arrested and it went to trial and she pled guilty was because of the money portion, where she scammed about 437 people out of money, which, if you really think about that, that's more than my graduating class in high school, you know? And I just think that, like, that kind of stat alone is kind of like, it's terrifying, you know? So I think what also kills me about this is that she would not only like post photos of herself, like, and the photos were not legit, she would also take photos from actual cancer patients and pass it off as her own. And even, I'm going to show right here, where basically there was an article of someone, I think they found out that their photo was used for her fake cause. And I can only imagine how it must feel to be an actual cancer patient, seeing this person getting all this online support and all this money, and you're just probably just hoping for a miracle yourself, but then you see this girl faking it and almost getting away with it. You know, something about that just does not sit right with me, you know? So, besides the medical stuff being called out for being inaccurate, the IV bag photo that I've already showed you that legitimately was like, it was so bad, you know? Like, I don't know how long she thought she could keep this going, but I'm baffled. So, when the police searched her house because they had a search warrant, they found a lot of medical supplies in her house in like this brown bag, a wig, and like pills that weren't for her, but like in a relative's name. I don't know what the pills were for. I think they were for nausea or something, which, like, I'm gonna keep it real. She seems like she doesn't feel bad about this. Like, I saw the sentencing from the court video, and she was trying to force a tear so hard that I wanted to yell through my screen to stop because it was so bad. And the court footage I got was from ABC 8. So I will post the link to the whole sentencing video down below. I believe it was ABC 8. So if I get the news station wrong, I will link it in the description below because I can't remember right now. But if you looked at the video, you just saw her face, you could just tell that she does not feel bad. And she can say up and down all she wants that she does, but looking hindsight and just knowing how long she kept the lie going, she does not feel bad, you know? Just to really further prove that all of this was a big sham, the police actually subpoenaed her medical records and found out that she not only did not have cancer, that little tumor that she added on for extra sympathy also didn't exist. So yes, everything was a lie. Like I said earlier, thankfully GoFundMe kind of addressed this when everything kind of blew up, saying, you know, we have a zero tolerance policy for this, and Maddie is also banned from ever doing another fundraiser, and the people that donated and got scammed are going to be reimbursed. For a few months, that's kind of all we had, and that's kind of where it was left at until her sentencing a couple weeks ago. A few months go by, and in June, we finally get to the trial, or lack thereof, and Maddie Russo pleads guilty to theft because of the GoFundMe. And I've already said this earlier, honestly, I understand how the court works. I understand how the law works. So the only reason why this made it to court is because of the GoFundMe portion of this whole grift, you know? But I just think lying about something so serious in general should garner further punishment. Do I know what that punishment should be? No, but I feel like when you lie about something so serious, there should be something in place for that, like that portion alone. In October of this year, which is a couple weeks ago as of me recording, the judge finally hands out a sentence, and
It is the judgment and sentence of the court that you be committed to the custody of the Iowa Department of Corrections for an indeterminate term of incarceration not to exceed 10 years, and you shall pay a fine of $1,370, which is not suspended. The Iowa Medical and Classification Center at Mitchellville, Iowa, is designated as the reception center to which the defendant shall be delivered by the sheriff. However, for good cause shown, the sentence just announced is suspended, and the defendant is placed on probation with the 7th Judicial District Department of Corrections for a period of 3 years. The terms of the probation will include that the defendant pay the restitution is in full, that the defendant commit no other crimes, and that the defendant perform 100 hours of community service towards the community service volunteer work that is to be selected by the probation department.
okay, so after scamming people out of money, some even being real cancer patients, by the way, she gets hit with a fine, a suspended 10-year prison sentence, and gets hit with 3 years probation, meaning that she just gets to go home. So she's going to go home. Maddie Russo is going home, and she's probably never going to be seen again. When I talked about grifting a little bit earlier, I mentioned that I feel like this is a problem that a lot of people are uncomfortable talking about. And the reason being is when it comes to sympathy and when people online ask for help financially, the first thought isn't always that, this person is lying to us, this person is scamming us, what have you, right? So I understand the hesitation of donating to a good cause because, in the back of your head, you are kind of scared that it's all a lie. What people like Maddie Russo do, they prey on that mindset, right? So her being like, oh, I feel so bad, it was a really bad lapse in my judgment. I think that's bullshit. If you want me to be 100% honest with you, because if you truly felt bad, you would have never made a GoFundMe to take people's like hard-earned money, and even taking money from cancer patients. Matter of fact, screw the GoFundMe. When somebody asked you to do a speech at a school about your fight with cancer and you still willingly did it, you do not feel bad. I'm sorry. I think that's a little horse crap. I'm trying to watch my language, as you can see. So no, I don't think this Maddie Russo person ever felt bad about what she was doing. She's only upset that she got caught, right? But back to like why I really wanted to make this video and the grifting problem on TikTok, especially because it is so not easy. I'm not going to say it's easy, but the amount of people that go viral from destroying things on stairs to obviously heartfelt stories of like people fighting, diseases and stuff. It's kind of hard to discern what's real from fake, and I'm not gonna call out people because this isn't what that video is for, but I have seen so many TikTok lives of people just sitting there for hours, mind you, begging for money to pay off a cell phone bill, being like, oh my God, I really need to order some DoorDash. Can somebody send me $50 for DoorDash? Like, I've seen all of that stuff, right? And the fact that people would donate money to that when that person has a roof over their head, they're clearly not doing anything but sitting on TikTok lives and asking for money when they don't need it. I feel so bad for the people that fall for that stuff, right? Now, let me be clear. There are so many legitimate stories out there. I get it. I hear you. I get you. But when you have those stories out there that, like hope that you don't catch on, it seems more alarming to me than like anything else right now when it comes to grifting and just swindling people out of money. Like okay, personal story. This happened to me. There was a situation where, I felt bad for a person and, they were like, oh my God, my daughter has nothing to eat, blah, blah, blah. And they really preyed on my sympathy half, where to the point where I would send money so, their kid could eat, or be like, oh, this is a good, this will trip you out. You ready? So there was an instance where a person straight up lied to me and said that their son ended their own life. And not only was that a lie, it turns out that this person blocked me on other socials, so I couldn't see their real life. And in their real life, they were happy, healthy, their son was fine, and all this stuff, right? So, as someone that's actually been a victim of a grift, I get that, it's hard to discern real from fake, and you never ever want to call out somebody for lying to you. But, I will say for those that are kind of unsure about, a cause, or like somebody that went viral and is asking for assistance, financial assistance at that, it's up to you. And because there's really no way to say if it's real or fake unless you have like irrefutable proof, like this Maddie Russo case. It is up to you, to your own discretion, what you think is right. I personally, even if like I have a little smidge of that it's not real, I never ever want to miss out on helping somebody. When it turns out to be fake, of course it bites you in the ass. I get it, but you never want to be that person that that says, "Oh well, I thought it was fake, so I never helped out." Again, that's me personally. It's up to you how you want to handle those situations whenever you come across it in your lifetime. But I feel like lying about cancer, out of all things to lie about, you lied about cancer. That is all I have to say. And it is Malcolm. That's me. If you have anything you'd like me to talk about, please leave it in the comment section below. Without further ado, I wish you well. I wish you all good health. Happy holidays. And I will see you again next time.